Breaking news, a group of hackers called Gay Furry Hackers has hacked Project 2025's website and obtained information about who was behind the plan for Trump's second term. An estimated 80% of Project 2025 authors are Trump aides and advisors. And this comes at a critical moment when Donald Trump is trying to distance himself from Project 2025. He lied and claimed he's never even heard of the Heritage Foundation, the think tank behind Project 2025, because it's now gaining momentum on the national stage. This plan is being Googled at a higher rate than Taylor Swift is being Googled, and that's a win. That's why Trump is trying to distance himself. But this article reads, Heritage Foundation exec threatens gay furry hackers in Unhinged text. A newly released log of messages shows a director at the think tank spewing insults after a data breach. And we'll cover the data breach, we'll cover the insults, but for the people in my audience who may not know, furries are people who dress up in these suits that resemble an animal. And remember, even if you don't understand it, there's no reason for us to judge. Why would we judge somebody for wanting to be themselves? But this article continues. Self-described gay furry hackers breached the Heritage Foundation in a cyber attack on July 2nd, and on Tuesday released 2 gigabytes of the conservative think tank's internal data. Now an executive director at the influential organization is so hopping mad that he might as well invest in a kangaroo costume himself. The hacktivist collective, SiegedSec, has been engaged in a campaign called Op Trans Rights, in which it targets government websites with the aim of disrupting efforts to enact or enforce anti-trans and anti-abortion laws. Heritage Foundation was selected due to its Project 2025 plans, seen as a blueprint for Donald Trump to reshape the U.S. with sweeping far-right reforms should he win another term as president. And people like to say that Donald Trump won't actually enact Project 2025, that he has nothing to do with it, but keep in mind, his press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, even Stephen Miller, they were both featured in this Heritage Foundation Project 2025 training video. Remember, there is an 80% overlap between the people who wrote Project 2025 and Trump's cabinet. Heritage Foundation even boasts that during Donald Trump's first term, he enacted 65% of their policy recommendations. Group member VO informed the outlet Rolling Stone that they aim to provide, quote, transparency to the public regarding who exactly is supporting Heritage, and that the leaked data included, quote, full names, email addresses, passwords, and usernames of individuals linked to the nonprofit. This material appears to have come from the Daily Signal, which is Heritage's media and commentary site, which lists one Mike Howell as an investigative columnist. The former Trump administration official in the Department of Homeland Security is also the executive director of the Heritage's Oversight Project, an initiative focused on border security, elections, and countering the, quote, influence of the Communist Party of China. It was Howell who contacted SiegedSec, the hacker group, in the wake of the breach to get answers about their motivations. So this is Mike Howell. He said some absolutely deranged, insane stuff to the hacker group. Let's read some of these texts. So VO from the hacker group made their intentions clear. They said, we want to make a message and shine light on who exactly supports the Heritage Foundation. We don't want anything more than that, not money and not fame. We're strongly against Project 2025 and everything the Heritage Foundation stands for. Mike Howell said, that's why you hacked us, just for that? VO said, yeah, it should be obvious that's all we want based on our history as a hacktivist group. We don't seek money. Mike Howell said, okay, listen to me closely. We are in the process of identifying and outing members of your group. Reputations and lives will be destroyed. Closeted furries will be presented to the world for the degenerate perverts they are. You cannot hide. Your means are minuscule compared to mine. You can either turn yourself in or you can cooperate. Mike Howell is talking like a villain in an action movie with a scar on his face who thinks he's about to blow up the world. Mike Howell continues, would you like to meet virtually or send an emissary to meet in person? VO said, I would like to be left alone without my rights being threatened. Mike Howell said, are you aware that you won't be able to wear a furry tiger costume when you're getting pounded in the ass in the federal prison I put you in next year? VO said, such unprofessional language from an executive director. Would you mind if I shared this? Mike Howell said, please share widely. I hope the word spreads as fast as the STDs do in your degenerate furry community. This is some absolutely insane stuff. These are the people behind Project 2025. They have no problem being homophobic, being transphobic, explicitly hoping that certain communities die en masse due to STDs, like he said. I really like this quote from VO. They said, the rights your org violates will be 10 times worse than any crime I've committed. You do not follow God if you use religion as a crutch to hate people. While I hide behind a screen to fight for my rights, you hide behind religion to attack the rights of others. Very concise, very powerful, very true. Mike Howell is a coward to the highest degree. He tweeted out a quote tweet of him threatening VO, and he quoted rapper Eminem by saying, "I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would I say I am?" This one actually made me really mad because I like that song a lot, and Eminem would absolutely hate people like Mike Howell. He hates all right-wingers. He hates Donald Trump. So the fact that Mike Howell is... What is up with right-wingers quoting Eminem? Because Vivek did that same thing. But this Rolling Stone article continues. Hours later, after sending that tweet, Howell learned through the Daily Dot's reporting that VO had decided to quit their life of cybercrime and that the rest of the collective agreed it was, quote, time to let SiegedSec rest for good, in part to avoid FBI attention. Complete and total victory, Howell tweeted. I have forced the gay furry hackers to disband. But I'm not sure this is the win for Mike Howell and the Heritage Foundation that they think it is. I'm sure that hacker group was full of a bunch of 20-year-old college students or just people in their 20s who are into computers, into hacking, and they disbanded the group. They'll probably continue their interests and be fine in life, but the Heritage Foundation genuinely had hundreds of names, email addresses, passwords, IP addresses leaked out into the public, multiple gigabytes of data, so I'm not sure if the Heritage Foundation is the one who came out on top. But keep in mind, Donald Trump's attempt to distance himself from the Heritage Foundation, from Project 2025, is complete BS. Donald Trump claimed he doesn't even know who's behind Project 2025, and that was immediately debunked. He's had the president of the Heritage Foundation, Kevin Roberts, speak at multiple of his events. Kevin Roberts has said verbatim, Donald Trump will get credit when we enact Project 2025.
Our Project 2025 has developed a comprehensive policy agenda, but even more importantly, recruiting people, 20,000 people to go into the next administration, hopefully to help take back this country for you and for your audiences. We want no credit. We want the American people, if President Trump is elected again, President Trump and his administration, to take credit for that, but it will also be a great sign.
In 2016, or when Donald Trump entered office in 2017, he enacted 64% of the Heritage Foundation's policy recommendations during his first year in office. And the Heritage Foundation has been creating policy proposals for Republican administration since Ronald Reagan. During Ronald Reagan's first ever cabinet meeting, he handed out the Heritage Foundation's first ever mandate for leadership, and then he appointed a bunch of Heritage Foundation people in his cabinet. And the new mandate for leadership, the newest version, is Project 2025, and similarly, Donald Trump will appoint a bunch of Heritage Foundation people, a bunch of Trump loyalists in his cabinets and throughout positions of power within the government. It is a terrifying plan, and no matter how much Donald Trump says it's not going to happen, remember, he's a liar. He is a known liar. He is gaslighting people. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment a blue heart, hit that subscribe button. Most importantly, have a great day.